Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Fantasy Football, and welcome to my video. In today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about some of the other options that I'm thinking about for my FPL team. As you can see, I have activated my wildcard for Gameweek 4. And there are a number of players that I am looking at and I am considering. And I want to go through that in this video. And you know, I'm recording this on a Thursday and there is a lot of press conference tomorrow. I won't be able to make a video. That's why I thought I'll post it now. And I'll post my final team on my Twitter. Now, you know, with the press conference, there could be some news. You know, there can be some injuries on my FPL team. And I want to have, you know, backups. I want to have really good backups that I can just quickly, immediately switch. And I got a really good team again. So that's what I'm going to do in this video. Go through some of the players that I'm considering as well, other than the players that you are seeing right now, that might actually help you out. Because I know there's a lot of people who are thinking to make a lot of transfers for Gameweek 4. And some people already activated their wildcard or thinking to wildcard. And this video will definitely help you out. So, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. I'm very close to that 20k mark on my YouTube channel. Do not forget to like, and if you want to become a Fantasy Football Hub member where you can use a lot of FPL tools to help you out throughout your FPL season, there'll be a link in the description below. Anyways, let's go through the players that I'm considering on my wildcard draft for Game Week 4. Here we go. Now, I'm going to go through as much as I can. So let's just play around here. Let's just remove these players just for the fun of it. We need some space. We need some space. Okay, other than these players, I already spoke about these players on my previous video, so please check that out. All right, so let's go for the goalkeeper. Should I go for the goalkeepers? Okay, let's just do that. Let's just do that. Let's go for the goalkeepers. Now, I think if I had to bring in a player for this position, it's going to be Matt Ryan. So I'm just going to add Matt Ryan there, so just in case. And I've been looking at the 4.5, you know, rotation goalkeepers. And do you know what? I think that's going to cost me a lot down the line. I'm going to predict it wrong. And there's going to be a lot of points on the bench. And I don't want that pain. So I'm just going to go with one goalkeeper. Getting a 4.5 goalkeeper, you know, it's not the best option. There's no many good options out there. I'm just going to go for the cheapest players, you know, and Martinez and Ryan are the cheapest of the cheap that actually plays, that could return us some points. Now, if we go to the defender options, and this is where the exciting part begins, because there is a lot of players here that I actually want in my FPL team, like Reece James, taking a lot of corners. That's probably because most of Chelsea's free kick takers are injured. But 5.1, 16% owned, 1 goal, 1 assist. Okay, didn't return in the last 2. And these fixtures are good for Chelsea to get some returns. Now, I'm not saying that Chelsea's going to keep a clean sheet. I'm not even looking at that. I'm looking at for the attack and returns. And with him taking a lot of set pieces and like is really attacking, is the one that I'm actually considering instead of Size. Size is kind of like a boring pick in my opinion. I think Reece James is more exciting. But the problem with this player is there's Aspilicueta, there's Chilwell, and there's a lot of problems. Lampard doesn't really know who to play, so it's gonna be difficult to have no players here, because I think that Chelsea could do really well, but I don't know. I'm gonna put this into the team here that I'm thinking about. Another player is Luca Dean, 6.1, 2 assists already, and he's a player that can get you 1 point or 10 points and above. So that's the player that he is. And difficult if you look ahead, it's not that good. Like after the Brighton came at home against Liverpool, we're looking at the conceding, right? I think they'll concede, but because he's attacking and he's taking some of the set pieces and corners, it's giving him a higher chance to actually return. So he is on my radar. I don't really want to triple up on Everton players. I think if I did bring Luca Dean, I might need to remove James Rodriguez. But we will see. We will see. I'm not saying I will. I'm just looking into it. The other player that is on my radar is Castagne. 1 goal, 1 assist. Got the clean sheet as well. Really good fixtures. Even against Arsenal, I think they could do something there. And like looking at these 2 back-to-back home games, definitely on my radar. It's a little bit more expensive, 5.7, but I am considering him. I think if I really wanted him in my team, I would have bought him in before his price rise. So I might not. I don't know. I might not go with him, but we'll see. He's very tempting. So, and the other kind of like the situation that I have or was thinking was to maybe go for the 2 Liverpool defense, like Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Both of these players got the ability to score a lot of goals and get us a lot of like assists and clean sheets. Like I think this season, I'm not looking at the clean sheets. I'm looking at the attack and returns, and these players can do that. What other 7 million midfielder is going to bring them out of points that these players are going to bring? That's the kind of the thing that I'm looking at. But it's a little bit more difficult. That means that I'll have to like downgrade one of my midfielders or attack. And right now I don't want to do that. Now, as for the midfielders, there's a couple of players that I'm looking at, and one of them is Pereira, 6 million, 3.4% owned. Spoke to you guys about him in the pre-season. You know, him getting like over 20 assists or something for West Brom. It's quite high, and we was thinking to ourselves, is he gonna do the same thing in the Premier League? Well, 2 assists and 1 goal is not too bad. Quality player, and the fixtures are good enough for West Brom to score. I wouldn't say win, but to score and get some returns. And this player, because I'm being on the set pieces, is given him a higher chance to get some returns. So if I really wanted to go for like a Trent, then I guess I'll have to remove one of my midfielders. Then he is a lovely player to actually own, and that is in that cheap bracket. Now, the other player that I got my eye on is Trossard, 6 million. And as you can see, 1.7% owned. Very, very low owned players here that I'm looking at. And it's all about trying to predict if they're going to return. He already returned against Chelsea by scoring a goal, assisting against Newcastle, nearly scored, nearly like got some returns against Manchester United. And these fixtures are not too bad. You can't just look at this Everton team. You got to look at this Crystal Palace, West Brom. Okay, difficult fixture there. Then Burnley at home. Then Aston Villa away. These are good for Brighton to get something. And that's what we need to look at as well. And he's been performing well. The fixtures look good. And he's definitely on my radar. And I think like Aubameyang could do well against Sheffield United. But I don't think he's going to do well in the next coming game weeks, because Manchester City and Manchester United, it's too expensive. I think there's other players that could get us a lot of points. I have looked at bringing in Bruno Fernandes, but for now I'm going to go without, and you know, later on, once they start to click, I'll bring them back in. Mahrez is someone that I'm looking at, 8.4. As you can see, 3.8% owned, scored 1, assisted the other. Very good points in game week 3 for him. Against Leeds United, a lot of FPL managers are like captaining Kevin De Bruyne, people captaining Sterling. And there's a lot of potential for Manchester City to actually get a lot of big returns here. Foden is another player that I'm having a look as well, because he is on that cheap bracket of 6.6. That means I will have like 2 Manchester City players. And I think there was another new guy, right? Let me just have a quick look and how much he is. Torres here. 6.9. It's quite cheap. Is he nailed on though? That's the problem. We'll see. I think he could be an option in the future. But those are the 2 players that I'm definitely like considering in my FPL team, just in case if there are some injuries in my team that we like. Let's just say we find out something tomorrow, one of my players injured. These are the players that I'll go for, and then trying to like spread the money elsewhere. Now, as for the strikers, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think there's any other striker that I actually want. Morpay, 6.5 is on penalties, 3.7% owned. As you can see, 3 goals already at this price. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Wilson. Can I trust Wilson? I can't. Sometimes I don't know. I can't trust him. I think Werner will do well. I know we removed him. I think he will do well. He should do well. But I don't know. Adams here, 5.9. I think there's a potential of him to do well as well in game week 4. But I'm looking and I'm thinking, you know what? I think I've got the 3 main players that I actually really want. And I'm happy to have them. And I'm going to be more patient than before. But yeah, that's about it, guys. I think most of the options or the different options is going to be on my defense and maybe 1 midfielder. So that's what I'm looking at. But anyways, that is about it. Those were some of my other options. This is my team. I already spoke to you guys about this already on my previous video. We've got Martinez, Saiz, Robertson, Dunn, Barnes, De Bruyne, Salah, Rodriguez, Jimenez, Calvert-Lewin, and Ings. I'm going to captain Jimenez. I don't care. I'm just going to do it and see what happens. I think that there's going to be a lot of goals in this team. It looks good on paper. We've got Lamptey, we've got Mitchell and Berg there. So, you know, Lamptey is definitely going to help me out when I start playing him in the next coming game weeks. So yeah, I think it's looking good. I think it's a little bit weak on the defense. I'm not sure about Saiz. I'm not excited to have him in my team, to be honest with you. I'm happy to have Lamptey, but we will see. Yeah, that is my team. I could switch my captain to Kevin De Bruyne, but I had my captain option on Raul Jimenez all this time. I might just go for it and see what happens. And if he does well, he does well. Hopefully they can just bring any kind of return. I'll be happy. But yeah, anyways, that is about it. That's my team. Hopefully that this video has helped you. Good luck for game week 4. Please follow me on Twitter. It'll be in my descriptions. You know, I have a lot of fun when the game week is going on. You know, even the bad game weeks, I try to take the, you know, Mickey out myself and mess around and, you know, and do a lot of memes and stuff like that. I think that's what we need to do if we have a bad game week, and enjoy the good game week when it comes around. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining. You guys been awesome. And do not forget to like the video. When it hits 300, 400, it definitely helps my channel. So thank you so much. Anyways, guys, I think that's about it, right? Yeah, that is about it. That is it. Hopefully there won't be any injuries in my team, but watch out for that press conference. That'll be tomorrow. And yeah, that is about it. See you guys next time. See ya.